story of 2016. So the results are in: Cubs 45%, Cavaliers 30%, Cowboys 15%, and Muhammad Ali 10%. So the Cubs winning huge on that one. Coach, what's your favorite story?
I think this is the greatest business in the world. I've wanted to do it since I was 7 years old. There are certain days, nights, shows that you remember where you were. I was lucky enough to be on the air doing SportsCenter when the Cubs clinched the pennant, and got to be live for 2 hours with no net, with no script, with no nothing. And I was like, this is an amazing moment. And there are Cubs fans that literally have been waiting a lifetime for that particular moment. There's no question in my mind that the Cubs is the story of the year in sports. And to me, and to everybody else, it's not close.
No disrespect to the Cubs and that curse. It was a hell of an accomplishment. You brought in the nature boy Ric Flair to an argument. And you mentioned Tiger's little rugrat, so I'm going to bring in my support. You've been double teaming me with Donovan McNabb and who else this entire argument.
Did you bring my kids?
This is my support staff right here. Right here. Show them what you got.
Wow.
Get up here, little Dak.
And they're wearing the jerseys.
Wow. Dak and Zeke. This is the story of the year right here. And it's not, you nervous? Don't be nervous.
Oh.
Here it is. It's not just emotional, all right? It's not just emotional. Don't let the kids sway your emotions. Here it is, okay? Top 4 of the top 5 NFL games ratings this year. Don't listen to me. Listen to the people. Cowboys. Cowboys outrated. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Every night of the Olympics. The Oscars. And the only thing that outrate the Cowboys on a regular run-of-the-mill Sunday is Game 7 of the Major League Baseball World Series. The Cubs got me, but only on Game 7 of the championship. Give me a random Sunday, I say the Cowboys, and the emergence of Dak and Zeke.
Man. That's not fair. You can't bring ammunition in. We can't say it's like bringing puppy dogs on here.
Exactly.
That's so unfair.
What do you say, Prim?
You know what? I'm going to go with the number 2 that 30% of our audience voted for, the Cleveland Cavaliers, because I thought it was really cool to watch LeBron James return to Cleveland. Couldn't do it last year with all those injuries, and then comes back, finds that redemption, and brings a title to the city of Cleveland for the first time in 52 years.
They deserve the love. I'm glad you brought the love.
Yeah.
I feel like
how about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
I feel like they should be in that commercial. I got my stuff
They're
at
too cute.
NFLshop.com.
All about hot takes, but we also like to show some love, so we want to show some love to 2 of the biggest names in sports. A big happy birthday to LeBron James, who turns 32 today, and to Tiger Woods, who turns 41. And it got us thinking in our pre-show morning meeting, who's had the better career, Tiger or LeBron? Who wants to go first?
Show some first take love by doing what we do. Rank where they are against each other. Debate where they are against each other.
I will say this. Anybody that knows me or listens to radio show or anything like that knows that these are 2 of my 3 favorite athletes of all time. It goes Michael, it goes Tiger, it goes LeBron, for a lot of reasons. But the biggest reason that Michael and Tiger are on top for me is I look at it and I say, who in my life, because I've been a sports fanatic since I was just a little munchkin, a little coach. And I say, who's given me the most great days, the most beautiful days, the most beautiful Sundays? And for me, it's very, very simple. What Tiger Woods has done in his career to this point, because he's not done yet. He's just getting started on Act 2. But to have 14 majors, to be able to put together nearly 90 wins, to go around the world and be able to get it done almost all the time. At one point, he was a lock. His odds were better for him to win than the entire field of the other 155 players. It's not close to me. As much love as I have for LeBron, happy birthday, Bron. I say it's Tiger Woods, and it's not close, because every Sunday, almost, that Tiger needed to come through, Tiger came through. You can't necessarily say that for LeBron James.
Well, I don't like the way this question right here was formed, because it sounds like a closed case. Who's had the better career? And you're probably going to win it if it's over, like Tiger Woods' career, a finished body of work.
Wow.
See, now that's going to sound like I had the hot take, but you have the hot take here, suggesting that Tiger Woods somehow is going to come back and win some more majors. Right now we debate whether or not he's made the cut. Right now we debate whether or not he's dropped out of the tournament, and you're suggesting he's got some more majors. Here's the argument for LeBron. It's easy, he's not done. It's this point in his career, LeBron James has more MVPs than the greatest NBA basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan. He has 6 consecutive and 7 total finals appearances. He has 3 championships. By the way, at this point in Jordan's career, also 3 championships at the, happy birthday, age of 32. LeBron is on track and showing no signs of slowing down, of putting himself in the conversation of best NBA basketball player of all time. Now, make no mistake, Tiger was putting himself in that conversation as well, but he's 4 short of Nicklaus. It's clear where the pecking order is there, and I just don't see Tiger adding to that. I don't see him adding to that evidence going forward. LeBron, I do.
Tiger Woods is not done, and it almost offends me that you would say that he is done. But I think a lot of people, anybody in the know, would know that there's a lot more competition since 2000 in the world of golf than there was when Jack Nicklaus was playing, with all due respect. But that's the only argument now is Jack
Basketball's
Nicklaus
more
or Tiger
competitive than it
Woods.
was
For
in the
LeBron
past.
James. For LeBron James, there's a lot more guys in the history of the game. I'm talking history of your sport. Who's had a better career? It's not close. Plus, Tiger does it in a sport that is a single sport, that it's all on his shoulders. When he shows up every single Thursday to tee it up, guess who has to get it done? Tiger Woods. LeBron has Kyrie. LeBron has Kevin Love. He's got J.R. Smith.
So the argument is it's a team sport?
No, I'm
Because
just
it's a
saying.
team sport, he doesn't get to be in the conversation?
There's more pressure, and I'm saying it's a result-based business. And Tiger, the results speak for themselves.
Tiger has sterling results. The question is whether or not it's over. The question is whether or not he's going to surmount, to eclipse Jack Nicklaus. LeBron,
He believes
if
that
you're
he
betting
will.
who's going to be adding to their resume, who's going to be putting more evidence into the case file on whether or not they're going to continue to win championships, put themselves in a greater position for these debates, the answer is LeBron. I take LeBron in the upside. I take LeBron and the chance to get more.
I don't
Not
think you have to-
Tiger and the finish.
You don't have to have 14 titles, but I think comparatively you have to get to 6 or 7 to match 14 for Tiger Woods.
I'm not saying you're doing this. I think LeBron James is the most underrated superstar I can think of. LeBron James
agree with that.
somehow, despite his worldwide fame, he is still underrated. The thing, 6 consecutive NBA finals, that's crazy. That's absurd in today's game. This man is not getting the credit he's due. And that comes from a guy that many people say has criticized LeBron on frivolous things, because I know it's not one and the same.
You think he's underrated? I feel like he gets a lot of haters.
He's
You
underrated.
think he's
Yes.
underrated, though?
Yes.
I just got a text from the nature boy, Ric Flair. And he said, Coach, you are right. Great job on First Take.
Well, Nature Boy, I mean, if Nature Boy, I swear, you almost broke your phone. If Nature Boy says you're right, then it's got to be.
Thank you, Prim. Thank you. And thank you, Rick.
So
Thank
do
you,
you-
Rick.
You got the nature
So here's
boy?
the thing.
Are we doing this last thing? Are we doing this last debate?
Yeah.
I got better evidence than Rachel.
So if you think Tiger Woods is not done, do you think he's going to break the record?
Well, see, that's a different question
gonna
altogether.
win a major. How about
he,
that?
He believes. I think if he gets another major, then I think it could start to snowball again. What I saw in December in the Bahamas, I think he certainly has the game again. He just has to get back in shape. He has to play a lot more. And that's where I always have a problem with Tiger Woods. What he considers more is not what I consider more. I'd love to see him play 20 times a year. He only wants to play 15. There's a mandatory minimum. He only wants to play 15. And I believe he should play more.
You know,
we'll see.
You know who he reminds me of a little bit? And you kind of made the analogy about
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey.
Knew you were going there.
Because for somebody who has attached so much of his personal success to his athletic success, I believe that when his foundation fell apart, when that big incident occurred in 2009, psychologically, he just plummeted all the way down, and I don't know if he can ever come back from that again.
I believe he did plummet, but he had a lot of injuries too. What motivates him now, those 2 little rugrats that are running around at home, he wants to show them how great Daddy once was and how great Daddy can be again.
I just got a text.
No, you didn't.
no.
From
No, you
LeBron
didn't.
James.
No, you didn't.
I just thought I'd drop
Stop
that
it.
name.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I'm getting chills. I'm seriously so stoked for this. So listen, the much-awaited Ronda Rousey return is finally here. Tonight, she returns to the octagon 13 months after suffering her first MMA defeat, which was to Holly Holm. As many of you remember, who will be the victor? As you guys just saw in the EA Sports simulation, they have Rousey beating Amanda Nunes via armbar submission. And we welcome in our MMA analyst, Chael Sonnen. What's going on, Chael?
The bad guy.
Yeah.
everybody.
Chael, how do you see this playing out?
I have so many thoughts on this. Look, there's more questions than there are answers. Ronda Rousey, contrary to popular belief, does not need to be better tonight than she was the night she lost her championship. When she lost to Holly Holmes, she had matchup problems. Stylistically, that was a nightmare. It was also a bit of a bad night for her. She had some jet lag. She was in a different country. If Ronda can be as good as she was the night she lost, with this matchup against Amanda, she should leave with the championship. But here's the question, guys. Can you stay as good or get better at something by not doing it? As a person coming off of retirement, I can tell you firsthand, no. There is such a thing as rain rest. There is such a thing as slowing down. I think it's going to affect Ronda. The question is how much.
Mm-hmm.
You and I were together when she lost in Australia 13 months ago, right here in the next building over. And we were shocked, but you weren't.
Yeah.
You said, I saw this coming. She didn't have a good night. And then a month later, you and I were together as Conor McGregor won the title for the first time against Joe Deotta. Then we were together in March when Conor McGregor lost. Then we were together when Conor McGregor won again in August. My whole point is this, that Ronda Rousey and Conor McGregor are the two faces of the UFC. How they have both handled losses are so completely different, and I appreciate what Conor McGregor has done. What Ronda Rousey has not done, to your point, has got back into the octagon. I have never seen a professional athlete, male or female, where their self-worth is so completely tied to their professional success. Here's what I believe we're going to see tonight. And Chael and I will be on SportsCenter post-fight, breaking it all down. I believe we're going to be talking about Amanda Nunes knocking her out. I believe we're going to be talking about Ronda Rousey retiring immediately after the fight. I don't think that it's any coincidence she hasn't spoken this entire fight camp. Dana White has been making excuses for her, covering for her, and I don't think she wanted to fight in the first place. But I believe she couldn't have walked away coming off that loss and needed to get back in one more time.
You think she's done?
I think she's done.
And what do you think happens tonight, Chael?
That's very hard to disagree with what Coach just said. That's a very fair analysis. Look, the problem with Ronda, the question is psychological, and she's the one that put that question in our mind. She talked about some very dark things, and she did mark out for her own gimmick. I had no idea she's a personal friend. I had no idea she was so attached to her career, what the media said about her.
Let me ask you a question. If this fight took place and we were only sitting here a year ago and analyzing the styles as you talked about earlier, if Ronda could get her to the ground perhaps, get her in that armbar she's famous for, if we were only analyzing it on that front, how would this fight turn out a year ago?
Here's the thing is we didn't know a lot about Amanda back then. The media had made Ronda what she was. Her skills are her skills. They are not great. As a competitor, she is fantastic. She had an amateur background, went all the way to the Olympic Games for this country twice, brought home a medal. As a competitor, she's gritty. She knows when to get dirty. She knows when to get tough. As far as her skills go, they're so-so, and that's the truth that the media never tells you. Yes.
Really? Her skills are so-so. Five submission wins in the first minute of a fight?
Yeah, with an armbar. Now, again, you want to look at statistically, do arm bars work? No. Are men being caught in arm bars? Are other women getting arm bars? No, they're not. It's a division that is forming. She won those 5 fights. I would challenge you right now, and you're damn good at your job. Name one person she beat.
It's a good question.
It's exactly
It's a forming
But
division, though, and they're getting a lot better. That's my point.
And I know, but I'm only questioning you, not disagreeing with you, because ultimately this is a psychological analysis. The reason I asked about what it would be a year ago is because to reduce it to the styles, to take the psychology out of it. I debate, I'm an entrepreneur, I've done things in business. And one of the guys I've read a lot about is a guy named Al Newhart. He started USA Today back when innovating newspapers was a thing to do in the 1980s. Al Newhart said he wished for all of his children one great failure before the age of 30. Why? Because before the age of 30, you have a better chance of coming back from failure, for being resilient. I'm afraid that Ronda Rousey experienced failure. I know how old is Ronda Rousey? She's not quite 30, right?
That's right, 29.
Yeah.
She experienced failure before the age of 30, but only after insurmountable, unheralded success. Heralded success to such an extent, she wasn't familiar with the concept of failure. So how does she come back from that? Right now, I believe she's not worried about it. Right now, I would imagine she doesn't have many doubts. But once she gets in the ring, and it's not really about the punch, once she gets hit, once she experiences the tiniest bit of failure, does that snowball, does that avalanche. It's not about being hit, it's about experiencing failure and letting it either compound or pushing it back down.
But Will, Chael and I have sat together and discussed this, and I've learned so much from working with Chael the last year and a half. And even though what you said might be true, that maybe she doesn't have doubts, we've seen so many fighters that talk the talk and they walk the walk to try and match